We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sailed into the misty. Hark now, hear the sailors cry. Smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. And when that foghorn blows, you know I'll be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I gotta hear it. I don't wanna fear it, and I wanna rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And magnificently you will fall into the mystic. That foghorn blows, you know I'll be coming home. And when that foghorn blows, I want to hear it. Don't want to fear it. I want to rock your gypsy soul, just like way back in the days of old. And together we will float into the mystic. We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Yeah, the bonnie boat was one as we sailed into the mystic.
Good morning, everyone. How is everyone this morning? Good. Are you enjoying the rain? I love the rain. I love, love, love the rain. So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. My name is Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual director here, and it is such a joy to have you joining us this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. A couple of things that are going on here at the center. We do have our continued penny drive, and you can see there's a jar up front where we are collecting pennies. We've filled one jar. We've got another jar that's well on its way to being full. Is it full? It's pretty full now, and maybe we'll just have to get another jar. We are doing this as a fundraiser for the center and also to help the government collect pennies that they can then melt down since they're no longer minting them. So if you have pennies laying around, please bring them in. There will be a contest later to decide, we have to decide on the prize. I know I keep saying this every week. I will decide on a prize, I promise. I'm making a decision right now. Yes, because if I don't make a decision, then I'm not living this philosophy, right? So I am making a decision right now. The prize is going to be whoever guesses the closest is going to, without going over, that's because I'm going to do it like the Price is Right. The person who guesses closest without going over will get all of Science of Mind 100 for free. So that's 32 weeks of class for free.
Yes, that's a $600 value.
Yes. Yes. Boy, those pennies better cover that, huh? So please bring in your pennies. We are continuing also on Tuesday nights. We have meditation here at the center, meditation with Mark. Mark is down with the kids today, but he does a meditation practice at 7 p.m. right here at the center. This Wednesday, we continue Science of Mind 222, which is self-mastery. That course continues. It's the second of 8 weeks this Wednesday. That's at 7 p.m. We are doing a week from today, following service 1 week from today, where you're doing a discovery class. So if you are new to this center, if you're new to this philosophy, this is a great way to come in, ask some questions. I'll tell you what the center is about. I'll tell you what this philosophy is about. You're going to hear a bit about what this philosophy is about today. You're going to hear a bit about what this philosophy is about today. Well, I'll get to that. It's going to be an interesting day. Today's going to be a little bit off the hook. I'm just giving you fair warning. And there are reasons for that. Thursday, June 21st, we are going to have this second meeting of our women's group here at the center that is led by our practitioner intern Helen Vallot. That will be at 7 p.m. here. Sunday, June 24th, we'll continue our spiritual cinema series. We showed the film I Am several weeks ago. The next film we're going to watch is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, which is basically a great way to end the class that we just ended, which was 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I wonder if I'm going to be using this book today. Also, so Fred is not here today, but Fred is one of our board members, and he is leading the committee for our Gay Pride booth out at the Gay Pride event this year, which I'm really excited about. And we're brainstorming now about, well, how do we go out there and we let people know who we are and let them know that we're a welcoming community, and yet we don't want to give away flyers because they'll just end up on the street or in recycling bins. And how do we make a splash? And so we're coming up with lots of great ideas. But we are going to need people to help. We're going to need people who can be out there at the booth helping talk to people and get this message out to the people who are out there. If you're interested in helping out with that, there is a sign up in the lobby for people to help out with Gay Pride. So please, that's going to be on the 30th of June and the 1st of July, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be out there, except when I'm up here on Sunday morning. I will be out there. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a great big party. I don't care if any of the Gay Pride revelers are having a party. We're going to have a party. So that's on the 30th and the 1st. Also, we do have a spiritual mind treatment request box, which is up front. If you have something that you're working on, if you've been faced with a challenge in your life, you can fill out the form there and know that the treatment or prayer work is being done on your behalf by a licensed practitioner here at the center. So this is the first Sunday of the month. And what we do here at the center on the first Sunday of the month is we find out who's celebrating in June a birthday or an anniversary. And when you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary, you get to fill out a little slip of paper, which Tony is holding. On that slip of paper is the name of you want to write in the name of a registered charity. And we are going to do a drawing. And whomever wins, 5% of today's offering will go to that registered charity as a gift from this center. So who's celebrating a birthday or an anniversary today? Raise your hands. This month. Did I say this? Did I say today? This month. What did I say? Is your birthday today? No, but it's this month. Okay. Yes, Tony? So while they are filling those out, I'm going to tell you about one more thing that is very important to me, and that is our reach online. We have done some great work getting our name out, and lots of people are talking about us on Facebook, which I love, talking about us on Twitter, which I love. We've got our YouTube video that gets posted every week, and we're now live streaming the service. We're still in the testing phase. We have a very limited audience, but hello to everybody who's watching today. But we're almost ready to launch our live streaming service. So with all of that said, I'm going to encourage you, if you are on Facebook, if you're involved with Twitter, please talk about the center. I mean, say positive things. I mean, if you have not so nice things to say, just don't tag the center. But let people know what's going on here, because it is important to me, and it's a great way of, I mean, basically, social networking is word of mouth now, right? And it's the best way to let people know about what's going on. So have we collected all of those, Tony? Yes. All right, well, let's sing the song first. We're going to sing a song. It's called Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday
To you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Big finish.
Happy birthday to happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. All right. So we've got some names in here. Patricia, would you do the honors? And the winner is Marge Wingrove.
I don't know if that's the name of the charity, but it will be something like that.
Okay, the Adoption Center of Ontario. We'll double check and we'll get that clarified with Marge.
Right now.
Awesome. Awesome. So, congratulations to Marge and to the Adoption Center of Ontario, if that's what it's called. I also want to let everybody know, those of you who are taking part in the CPR, James Mellon's CPR course, which is the teleconference, you've seen this in an email, but there have been some questions about how to submit your tithes for your unexpected income. You submit them to the center. We actually, it's in benefit to our center. You write a check to the Center for Spiritual Living. Just make sure that you write on there that it is CPR, because 10% of what we collect then goes to the Global Truth Network and James Mellon. So, but your contributions are coming here to the center. So if anybody has any questions about CPR, about what that is, I can tell you all about that, but I'm not going to do it right in this moment. I'm going to have a glass of water right in this moment. So that's the end of the announcements. I feel a little relaxed today, a little subdued today. I may not seem it, but I feel really centered and focused today. How are you all feeling? Good. Awesome. So here we are at the Center for Spiritual Living. We come here on a Sunday morning, each and every one of us, for one purpose and one purpose only. And that purpose is unique to each and every one of us, right? It's unique to Lena, and it's unique to Margaret Ann, and it's unique to Judy, it's unique to me, it's unique to Tony, it's unique to each and every one of us. But ultimately what it is that we're all celebrating that there is one spirit, that there is one divine energy that is present through all of creation. And it is the very thing that makes us who we are, and we are not separate from it. And it is not passing judgment on us. It is simply expressing as love. It is expressing as our lives. So that's what I'm here to celebrate. I trust you're here to celebrate the same thing. Otherwise, why are you here? And actually, you know what? That's a good question. Why are you here? And you don't have to tell me. But really check in with yourself. Why are you here? Why are you here? So we do this celebration in any number of ways. We have music by our wonderful band. Yes, we also do things like read the Declaration of Principles. I have got to get a new songbook. Now that I've got a podium, I seem to have misplaced the songbook. So on the inside of your song, on the first page of the inside of your songbook are the Declaration of Principles. Now, last week at the installation, Reverend Rita Andriello at my installation ceremony read the entire Declaration of Principles that was written by Ernest Holmes. And each center takes these Declaration of Principles and, pares them down a little bit, because we could be here all day reading those together. But ultimately, we try and take it down to the barest minimum and know what is right for each and every one of us. So let's share in these together and remember that whatever you say after the words I believe, check in with yourself and determine whether or not you actually believe it. And this is not to admonish you. If you don't believe it, look at that. I'm not saying you have to believe any of this. But if you don't believe this, again, I'll ask you, why are you here? Something to think about. So let's read this together. I believe that the spiritual and material universe are one. I believe that whether I call it God, spirit, energy, or universal consciousness, every person, place, and thing emanates from this one creative source. I believe that spirit is an infinite, loving intelligence operating in and through all life, never separate from anyone or anything. I believe in cause and effect. I believe that it is done unto me as I believe, and as I think, so I become. I live this now, and I rejoice in it. And so it is. And so it is. So I want you to take this idea of what you've just read. The spiritual material universe are one. As you think, so you become. This is the very foundation of what we teach here. And I want to go into just a moment of contemplation around this idea. And I want you to recognize that within you is an energy. Within you is a light. And this light shines forth. It is the light of God. And you are shining as God. And so, take this into quiet contemplation, and then we will go to our chant, which you've been given a handout for today.
This is a brand new chant written by Reverend Donna Michael, and we heard it in New Orleans at the leadership conference and went, oh, love that. So we're bringing it in today.
So simply take this moment to focus on your breath, to focus on the actuality that you are a light, and that we collectively shine forth from this place. We shine forth from this time, and this energy escapes these walls, and it bathes the entire city in love. It bathes the entire country in love. It moves beyond perceived borders, for it is the energy of the universe, and there is no separation. There is nothing which separates us. We are all simply expressing as the light. This is the truth. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light in this world. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. Let's sing that together. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And so right here, right now, I recognize the one power, the one presence, the one infinite intelligence, the one. There is nothing other than this one thing, this one energy. This is the energy of love. It is an energy of power. It is an energy of wisdom. It is an energy of joy. It is an energy of beauty. It is an energy of peace. And these are the very things which we are, each and every one of us, for we are this energy. We are each individually expressing as this energy. This is the truth. And with this truth, there comes responsibility and there comes power. For I know that the word spoken by means of me in this moment is spoken backed by this energy. And so it comes to fruition easily and effortlessly. And so right now I claim that there is only love and that there is only abundance. There is only perfect health. There is only perfect expression right here and right now. I claim and know for every single person here that the relationships in our lives are aligning and perfectly expressing as divine relationships. And I know that there is perfect divine health, for that is the very nature of this energy. Health, love, perfection. It is who and what we are, and so I simply let this unfold. I let this be the truth right here and right now. I know it is unfolding by means of me, and I know it is unfolding by means of every single person here. I know it is unfolding by means of every single person involved in this service, watching this service, feeling this service. And so I simply give over to this idea with a grateful heart. I let this be so. I know it is so. As I release this word, it is done. And together we say, and so it is. Let's sing, You Are a Light. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine, we shine, we shine. Indeed we do. We shine, and so it is. And to anchor this truth a little bit more concretely, I am going to invite our wonderful practitioner, Margaret Ann Snyder, to give a beautiful spiritual mind treatment.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer. In this moment, right here, right now, I know there is one presence that is love, one mind that is all-knowing, all intelligence. There is one divine energy that is everywhere present. And I know this energy shines through me as me, and I let it be. I let it shine, and I know this energy has no precedence. There is no past. There is no future. Right now I am present in the light. I know that there is only this moment, and I allow my choices to be free, light, love, and at peace in my soul. I am one with God, and I rejoice. I am love, and I share it openly, freely, divinely. And I am energy, light, bright, free, and totally in this moment. This is who I am, and I accept it with ease, with joy, and with grace. With gratitude, I release these words to the law of mind, knowing it is done in me as me. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you so much. So, our song today, I'm going to talk a lot about this song, so I'm going to only give it a very brief introduction. But it's interesting, every week we go through this little dance, Tanis and I. So what are you going to talk about this week? Well, I think I might talk about this. And then she always comes up with the perfect song. I mean, I'm assuming it's the both of you, but it's always a communication with you, Tanis, so I'm assuming it's you.
I relay the messages.
So this song is very perfect for today. I'm going to let the song speak for itself as I move up to this microphone and sing backup, as I love to do with Pierre. Simply listen. That's all. Just listen. And don't let yourself get lost in the music of it. Listen to the lyrics today.
There is no guilt here. There is no shame. No pointing fingers. There is no blame. What happened yesterday has disappeared, and the dirt has washed away, and now it's clear. There's only grace. There's only love. There's only mercy, and believe me, it's enough. Your fears are gone without a trace, and there's nothing left now. There's only grace. You're starting over now, under the sun. You're stepping forward now. A new life has begun. Your new life has begun. There's only grace. There's only love. There's only mercy, and believe me, it's enough. Your fears are gone without a trace, and there's nothing left now. There's only grace. And if you should fall again, get back up, get back up. Reach out and take my hand. Get back up, get back up, get back up again. Get back up again. There's only grace. There's only love. There's only mercy, and believe me, it's enough. Your fears are gone without a trace, and there's nothing left now. There's only grace. There's only mercy, and believe me, it's enough. Your fears are gone without a trace, and there's nothing left now. There's only grace. So get back up again. Get back up again. Just get back up again.
Thank you so much for that. So, tell God I will pick up the phone later. Of course, maybe God is calling me to tell me to talk about something else today. So this song today, it has ended up being a little bittersweet. And I really hesitated whether or not I was going to address this, but now I feel that it is appropriate. It's bittersweet because of what happened at the Eden Center yesterday, which is shocking. It is horrifying, quite frankly, that this kind of event still occurs. And I am fraught with emotion around it. And yet I know that on some level, being a spiritual director, that when I stand up here behind a pulpit, and it is a pulpit, and I am going to use some churchy terms today, it is a pulpit, we are a church, I am a pastor, that on some level, you may be looking to me with respect to how to respond. I cannot excuse the event. I cannot excuse the person who took that gun out and fired the shots. That's me. I'm not there yet. Will I ever be there? I trust someday that I will, because here's what I have to recognize. Just like the song says, there is only grace. There is only love. And regardless of the things we see around us, regardless of the circumstances we experience in our lives, I must hold firm in my conviction that that is the truth. Now, it's too close. It is too close for me to step back and see, wow, hello. We have a visitor today. It is too close for me to step back and see that person and see the God qualities. And I talk about this all the time. To what degree can you walk down the street and see something that is hard to look at and see the God quality within it? What I'm here to tell you is that sometimes it's a process. And that's okay. That's okay. This will be a process for me. And so that's what I can offer you today for something that happened hours ago, quite frankly. It's a process, and allow yourself the process. But at the end of that process, really understand that that person who pulled the trigger is God too. That's where I work to get to. And so right now, I want to hold up in love every single person who was affected by that event yesterday. I hold them up in love within my own mind and trust and know that there is a journey that they are on, and that journey is blessed, because that is the healing energy behind this event. Love is the healing energy behind this event. That's the truth. And when we step into love, when we step into grace, when we step into this energy, which is all there is, the energy of love is the energy of God. That's it. When we step into that place, we reveal the truth behind the event. We reveal the truth. We reveal the divinity of every single person involved. And so, right in this moment, I claim and know that every single person is held in the arms of grace and held in the arms of love. That's the truth. The other part of that truth is something that Margaret Ann touched on in her treatment. There is no past. There is no past. This is a very difficult concept for a lot of people to really understand within this philosophy, because we experience our lives linearly. And so we can say, hey, that happened last night, and that's the past. Well, yes, in our linear, narrow idea of life, that is the past. But when I say there is no past, what I'm saying and what I mean to say is that past cannot affect you except to the degree that you allow it. And there is no need for it to affect you if it is not in service to a higher idea and to a higher principle. And that higher idea, that higher principle is the idea of love. It is the idea of grace. It is the idea of the self-givingness of spirit to itself by means of creation. And we are the creation. The lyrics of the song, he writes, there is no guilt here. There is no shame. What happened yesterday has disappeared. The dirt has washed away, and now it's clear. So how close does yesterday feel? To me, it feels close today. But I have to step into yesterday has disappeared. The dirt has washed away. And you know how you wash the dirt away? You keep replacing it with clarity. You keep replacing it with clarity. You keep stepping into love. You keep stepping into that which is. A dear, dear friend of mine, I don't know if she probably isn't watching yet, but she may watch the archives. Her name is Jo Jordan, and I just adore this woman. I've known her for many, many years now. And she was a practitioner student. She opted not to finish her practitioner studies, but she, in class one time, gave the most brilliant metaphor. This is the most brilliant metaphor for our minds that I have ever heard. So, imagine you have a glass, and within that glass is muddy water. That glass is akin to our mind. How do you clear the muddy water out of the glass? You keep pouring in clean water. The more you pour it in, the cleaner the water gets. This is all we're ever trying to do within this philosophy, right? Washing away the dirt, washing away that which does not work for us. Recognizing that we are in control, we are people of power, and that this power is based in love. The song continues, there's only grace. Now, if I were to say, there is only grace, and I were to say, so what is grace? Because we use that word a lot. How do you define grace in your own mind? Does anyone have a really clear definition of grace? Truth? Effortlessness. Somebody said one over here. Forgiveness. Love, consciousness, harmony. Goodness. Yes. Now it's interesting. If I looked at the big book, at the definition of grace, according to Ernest Holmes. And he wrote this, grace is the givingness of spirit to its creation. Grace is the givingness of spirit to its creation. Now, there's some dualistic languaging in that, because it sounds like God, spirit, is giving its creation, us, something. Right? But we don't teach dualism within this philosophy. Grace is the givingness of spirit to its creation, but it is the givingness of spirit to its creation by means of its creation, because we are its creation. It is us. It is the self-givingness of itself through us. Now, this sounds very convoluted, right? You know what else is described as the self-givingness of spirit through the desire to express life in terms of its creation? Love. Love is the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of its creation. Now, I've talked about this in the past when we talk about God gave his only begotten son. You know, I've given that talk. I'm not going to give that talk today, even though I am going to talk a little bit about Christianity today. So just be warned. But the idea that we are expressions of love, we are expressions of grace, and are we holding ourselves to that high ideal in our own minds? Are we truly expressing at all times from that idea? Now, what I can say is the man who pulled the trigger yesterday was misled. I cannot say that pulling that trigger was being led by grace and being led by love. I don't know why this person did it. I will never claim to know why. I don't really care to know why. What I know is that when I look at that person and I hold that person up in love, that there is an energy that is now shared between me and this person. And to the degree that that person accepts my high ideal of that person, then he will shift. There is only mercy. And believe me, that's enough. That was a tough lyric for me. There is only mercy. Mercy is compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone for whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. That's what mercy really means. So I don't really like mercy because I don't really feel like it's the truth is it's within all of our power to punish or harm someone else. Now, we all have the capacity to harm somebody. It's not necessarily the way I want to live my life, so I don't really look at mercy as being a place that I want to go to. It's not a place that I want to live within. So, those of you who are in mental muscle, you're seeing a little bit of my judgment. Because you know what? You know where mercy is used a lot? The concept of mercy. Because this is going to sound wrong. This is going to sound like, oh boy, I don't know. The concept of mercy is used a great deal within traditional Christian philosophies. As though mercy is the way to go, to be lifted up to a higher ideal. So I'm standing in judgment up here in front of you, and yet I have to step back and really look at what is the truth here? What is the truth here? And as I talk about this, I invite you to check in with your own judgment. Check in with your own judgment. So the judgment is that I perceive certain things about the Christian philosophy that I don't agree with. Now, the fact that I don't agree with them is an opinion. And it's okay for me to have that opinion. I don't have to think that Jesus is my personal Lord and Savior, and I don't. But it's okay if somebody else does. Who am I to say that that's wrong? Who am I to say that it's wrong? And I do hear a lot. Is the science of mind a Christian faith? I mean, so if you're out on the street and you say, oh, I go to this spiritual center on a Sunday morning, basically you're telling people you go to church, right? And if it's somebody that you maybe that you know but is not involved with this philosophy, they may ask you, oh, really, what denomination? Right? I get that question all the time when I say, I'm a minister. Really, what denomination? What was that? 5s and 10s. I'll take 50s and 100s, thank you very much. So does anybody know the answer to the question as to whether or not we are a Christian philosophy? This is going to be a tough one, isn't it? Because a lot of people come here from Christian backgrounds, as a way to escape what they were brought up with. Right? Do you want to know what Ernest Holmes says? Oh. Ernest Holmes says, we are Christian and more. We are Judeo-Christian practicing transcendentalists. Shall I say that again? Yeah. And I have to give mad props to Reverend Joe Hooper, because this is information that I got from a talk that he gave that was a very controversial talk. He had people who threatened to leave his center because of this talk that he gave. But he quoted Ernest Holmes as saying, we are Christian and more. We are Judeo-Christian practicing transcendentalists. Now that's a mouthful, right? Because where does Buddhism fall within that? Where does Hinduism fall within that? Where does Islam fall within that? Well, here's the truth. I'm really dry today. The truth is, the transcendentalist part of it is where all of those things fall in. Now, we say we are a Judeo-Christian based philosophy because if you look at the book, and I talk about all you need to know are the first 25 pages. Now, then you get into the next couple hundred pages, which are a lot of information about the philosophy and about God is all there is, and we teach the law of cause and effect. Then you get into about that much of the book, which are the teachings of Jesus. There's quite a bit. A lot of the book focuses on the teachings of Jesus. Now, the reason that is because Ernest Holmes was brought up in a Christian philosophy. That was his background. That was his frame of reference. Now, many of us are coming to this. I came to this philosophy without a background in Christianity. I was not brought up going to church. They can call me a heathen if they want. I'm fine with that. But I then became very interested in ministerial school about Christian philosophy. So that's why, it's why I tend to focus on it a little bit, because it's something that I really looked at. Now, the Judeo-Christian philosophy actually has a lot that's really great within it. So if you look at Judaism, Judaism basically is a set of laws. Does anyone here come from a Jewish faith? It's a set of laws. That's really what Judaism is. It's basically, now, whether they were divinely guided laws, who knows? But it was a way of living life. It was a principle that was teaching you how to live your life for good. Sound like some other philosophy? The Christian part of it, the Judeo-Christian part of it, is the nature of being anointed. Now, when we talk about Jesus of Nazareth, when many philosophies talk about Jesus of Nazareth, they talk about the Messiah. They talk about the anointed one. They call him Jesus Christ. Christ was simply a title, not his last name. Christ means the anointed one. The truth is, we are all the Christ, each and every one of us, because we simply live within the idea and the understanding that there is that which intuits through us and is not separate from us. And Jesus taught this. The Father and I are one. There is nothing separate between God and man. There is no between. That's Meister Eckhart. Now, these are the threads that have been going through Christianity, and yet people get to a different idea. They decide what Jesus said. They decide it through translation of an oral history that was passed down. Who's to say what was actually said? Here's what I know. Love is the only energy. God is love. Because God is love and it is the only energy, it goes to follow that we are that. So the very energy that makes us is the energy of God. There is no separate God outside of us. So the Christian part of it is the love. The Judeo part of it is the law. Starting to sound like something that you may be familiar with. Love and law, which is what we teach. in this philosophy? Love is the self-givingness of spirit. We are creative expressions of God and expressing as God. The law is the law of cause and effect. We are all given choice and volition. We get to choose how our lives unfold. And when we say, and so it is, and so it is. Now then I have to step back and say, I have some buttons around what I perceive to be the Christian philosophy. Because what I feel has happened is that there's been a limitation in terms of the thinking, and that the idea of it gets narrowed down and narrowed down and narrowed down more and more and more and more until we become so restricted within the philosophy that we can no longer have new thoughts. Now, what's interesting for me too, this is going to be a shock to you, but I'm involved within this organization on the international level quite a bit. I go to the conferences. I'm involved with a lot of the people. I know a lot of the luminaries of science of mind. And there seems to be some level of limitation starting to happen within this philosophy. I see it, and it's creeping in slowly. Oh, I may get slaughtered for this one. But the minute that we step back and we say we have the greatest teaching in the world, we're wrong. We're wrong. We have a great teaching. We have a great teaching. We have a great teaching that works for us. Muslims have a great teaching. It works for them. Buddhists have a great teaching. It works for them. The truth is all paths to God, all paths to a deeper understanding of the truth of life are right. Now, there are extremes within each of these philosophies that tend to lead people down paths that are not so good. When we talk about Islamic extremists, that is not Islam. When we talk about Christian extremists, like the Ku Klux Klan, that is not Christianity. Every spiritual philosophy can have extremism within it. To what degree are you stepping back and checking in and saying, hey, do I really, really buy into this? And if I'm buying into this, am I limiting now myself from an idea that might be better or might help me to step into a greater expression of myself? When we close our minds and become rigid ideologues, we are stepping away from the natural progression of evolution. Now, I've also spoken up here about how I look forward to the day when I don't have to stand up here anymore, because we all just get it. We all understand our true nature, and we don't have to come here on a Sunday to be reminded of that. And so today I charge you with stepping more and more. It's funny, you know what I was about to say? I want you to step more and more into the mystic. Step into the mystic. Step into the mystical nature that is everywhere. We can all think with the mystic's mind. Most of us are closing ourselves off to it. Now, today did get a little off track because, well, I'm also going to tell you. So when I woke up this morning, and I actually found out about this news about what happened at Eaton Center much, much later. I had actually started writing the talk. But today's talk was called Falling Off the Ball. Falling off the ball. And the idea that I had around that was that we're all trying these beautiful balancing acts in our lives to keep everything afloat, to keep everything hunky-dory, and yet we're all standing on a ball. Now, I did a show. Did you see Barnum? Oh, okay. So I did the show, the musical Barnum, gosh, 7 years ago now. Part of the show Barnum, if you're in the chorus, you have to go through a bit of circus training. So we had this ball. It was probably about a meter in diameter. See how I said? See, I went there. It was about a meter in diameter. Yes. And one of the things that it was very heavy too. And one of the things that we were tasked with doing was learning how to get up on that ball and balance. And then, like roll around on it and, and not fall off. And I started thinking, wow, that's such a great metaphor to what we're all doing in our lives. We are trying so hard to not fall off the ball. Today I'm going to tell you, fall off the ball. Fall off the ball. What's the worst that could happen? You fall a meter to the floor. But you know what? You can always get right back up again. You can always get right back up again. Now, when we're doing that balancing act, you know what keeps us from really staying balanced? Fear. Fear is what keeps us from being balanced. Because we're up there like, oh gosh, how am I going to do? Am I going to be able to do this? If you look at people who actually really know how to do that balancing act, is there any fear in them? No, they just do it. They just do it. They step up there, they take command of that moment, and they balance on the ball. Now, I will tell you, I was never able to really master this thing. And luckily, I never had to actually do it in the show. Really luckily. No, I ended up doing fancy trick roping. I will show you. I will bring my rope sometime, and I will show you my fancy trick roping, which I learned when I was a kid. I was about 10 o'clock. I was about 10 o'clock when I learned that. I was about 10 years old when I learned fancy trick roping. So what is fear? Fear is the absence of faith. When you stand on that ball, have complete faith, and you'll have no problem. That ball is your life. Stepping into faith, stepping into this idea of faith. When you do that, you will have no problem. So move to love, move to grace, move to faith. And when you do that, I'm going to go back to the song. Something happens. You're starting over now. Under the sun, you're stepping forward now. A new life has begun. Your new life has begun. This is happening all the time. It is happening all the time. And if you should fall again, get back up. Get back up. Here's a great lyric in the song. Reach out and take my hand. Get back up again. Get back up again. Get back up again. When you find yourself falling, hear me saying to you, get back up again. And know that you are supported in love and in light, and that I will always see in your face the face of God. That is what I have tasked myself with doing in my life, to see only the divine in every single person that I encounter. Every single person I encounter. And so when I look out, I see a sea of God, and it warms my heart. So move to love. Move to a deeper understanding and a recognition that it is from love that you ask these questions. What can I do? How can I help? And see where love leads you. And if you ever feel like you're falling off the ball, get back up again. I will be there to hold your hand. That's the truth. Namaste. So, need some water. So in the spirit of 50s and 100s, we have come to the point where we do our offering during the service. And I want to start off today by saying thank you to everyone who supports this center. And whether you support this center financially or not, you are here, and that is in support of this center. And I want you to understand that I recognize that. Your very presence here sends a message to the rest of the world about what we are about. And please know that whatever you have to contribute here today financially moves forward from this center in a deeper way. Today, a portion of our contributions go to the Adoption Center of Ontario. But we do every month, now that I've worked it into our budget, we do tithe back to our community and to places where we are spiritually fed. And what I would like to announce right here and right now, of course, they haven't gotten it yet. So if they watch, they'll be pleasantly surprised. The board had a meeting this week, and we have decided that our April contributions, our tithes from April, are going to be split between Reverend Doug LeBeau, Alex Robert Holmes, and Karen Mitchell. Now, the reason is Alex Robert Holmes and Karen Mitchell, they have brought music to this center. I mean, my friend Alex wrote that beautiful song. Karen wrote that beautiful song. We use it all the time here. It's the least we can do for them. The other thing that a lot of people don't know is that Reverend Doug LeBeau, within 10 minutes of me sending him an email, will send me a chart for almost any song that I want. So sometimes I'll say, hey, I want to do this song. I will contact Doug. He'll send me a chart. I get to send it to the band, and boom, it's done. So he has supported this center in a big way that is gone unseen. So we are sending a portion of our tithe this month to him. So know that what you give supports this center, it supports the world, and it helps support this message. So when you give freely and with love. Do not give out of obligation. And just know that it is a loving gift that you give. We also have a new song today on that. So the sheet that you were handed, the top portion, I think, says, I love. When did you write this song, Pierre?
Last night.
Yeah, so it's a brand new song. And he came in, he says, I have this brand new song. I think it could go in the offering spot. And I said, great, let's do it. So let's, so you'll hear it. It's gonna be, you're gonna catch on super fast, but you do have the lyrics there too. So as the baskets go around, stand up, let's sing, let's dance, let's put seltzer down our pants.
1, 2, 3, 4. I live, I breathe, I give, I receive, I laugh, I love, I'm a part of what's here, what has been, what's still to be seen. I live, I breathe, I love, 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 I laugh, I love. I'm a part of what's here, what has been, what's still to be seen. I live, I breathe, I love, love, love. I live, I breathe, I love. I live, I breathe, I love.
So I'll invite Margaret Ann to do the blessing over the offering. I think her battery's gone. Here.
Oh, well, go to the microphone. No, I'm on.
Oh, you're on. Okay.
Please join me in a prayer of gratitude. There is one presence, and it is love, and it is expressed in so many ways. Each one of us is love. Everything we do is love, and everything we give is love. And I know that the money in these baskets is an expression of this love. That is truth and love and brightness and an energy that goes forth and is spent and used and employed in a perfect and beautiful way. It is love, and it is joy, and it is done with gratitude. These words, I release them to the law of mind, knowing it is done now. Please join me in saying, and so it is.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Margaret Ann. Thank you for your beautiful treatment today and for everything that you offer to this center. You are a joy. I do want to, in this feeling of gratitude, express my gratitude for everyone who came together to make this service happen today, including Jim and Derek, who are our greeters today. In the bookstore is Nick. Our board members today were Jim and Tony. And downstairs with the kids, Mark and Mahala. Woohoo! So Cherry and Julia did some cleaning, which I'm always appreciative of. Because this is, sometimes I look around here and I think, wow, little elves come in the middle of the night and clean this place, because it always looks very lovely. So I give thanks. I give thanks to them. Today on camera, Linda and Tony, who helped out with the webcast. Also in our sound booth, Brian. Having once been a sound man for my center, I know. We have that knowing look between us. I also want to give great thanks to Pierre, Tanis, Patrick, and Rudy, and Brian, all the band. Also, words cannot express how I feel about the practitioners in this center. They really cannot. I am so excited about the journey that our practitioner interns are on to becoming fully licensed practitioners, which is going to happen very soon. And I want to give great honor and thanks to Margaret Ann, because I think your consciousness is so high, and I recognize it, and I want to honor that right here and right now. Thank you so much. So how are you all feeling? Good. So this final song, I'm going to move this back because, this final song is not in your songbook yet. It's another Donna Michael song. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this song and part of what makes it special for me. So it's a quick story. Michelle, you've heard this story. So when Reverend James Mellon was experiencing cancer, which I still feel a lot of emotion around because I went through that journey with him. It was throat cancer, and he would have to go into the radiation treatments and basically have his head bolted down with a mask so that they could target the radiation. Now, James is quite claustrophobic, and he would go into panic attacks around this event that he was experiencing in his life. Until one day, they said, well, do you have anything that might help you? You could bring in music, something. He brought in this song from Reverend Donna Michael, and it changed his entire idea around this experience in his life. And what's really great is that that's what treatment is. It is changing your mind. It is changing your concept of your experience. And you'll understand why this song helped him as we sing this. So I invite you in this moment to step into a moment of quiet reflection, recognizing, I'm switching now, Brian, recognizing the I am that is within you and expressing as you. That you are held in the hands of grace. You are held in the hands of love. Because there is only grace, there is only love. And so I honor that today, knowing and deeply feeling this truth. I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. 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 And so right here, right now, I understand and recognize the supportive power, the supportive energy which is flowing in and around me, in and around every single person here. This energy is God, and it is holding each and every one of us. It is holding us in light. It is holding us in love. It is holding us in peace and harmony. It is the very nature of the I am. Each and every one of us expressing as the I am that I am. I look out and see the you are that you are. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is God in this room, right here and right now. And it is God that we experience when we leave this room. I know that there is only love, and I let love unfold brilliantly, easily, and effortlessly. I know that this is done in every facet of my life. I know that love is unfolding for every single person involved with this service. And so I simply step into this energy, I step into this light, knowing that I am the light. And so is each and every person here. And so I give over to this with a grateful heart. I let gratitude fill my soul. And in this energy of gratitude, I know that my word spoken is done. And so I simply step back, release it, knowing that there is a perfect law which acts upon it. I know this is done. I let it be done right here, right now. I know it is so, and together we say, and so it is. I'm held in love, I'm held in peace. God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. God is holding me. God holding me. God is holding me. God is holding me. God is holding me. And so it is. Thank you all so much. So now let's take a look at our songbooks. Is this in the songbook? Yes, it's in the
It is
songbook.
number 30.
Number 30 in your songbook. Lean on Me.
One, two, three, four.
Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things that you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call me, call me, call me, call
Have a great week, everyone.